So I'm not sure how to intro it.
What's up, shooters?
Hey everyone! Anyway,
Anyways,
I am Talon,
I'm Brady.
and today we're going to be doing a very unique type of video because we advocate the use of airsoft replicas for real firearm training, either dry firing or through weapon manipulation, or increasing your muscle memory. We're going to give a direct comparison between the airsoft licensed Glocks and the real Glock firearms. Both Brady and I both have Glocks. I have a 19 Gen 3. Brady has a 19X.
Yep.
So since both of those are available for airsoft, we're going to go through and we're going to see exactly the different sizes of the slide, the frame, length of barrel, weight of magazine, weight of pistol, yada yada yada, stuff like that, just to see how close these licensed stuff are, or how close the licensed products are. Also, if you guys have not seen Trex Arms featuring Liku from over in Japan, that is another great video to showcase just how great airsoft is as a training platform.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it, stop, pause this, go watch it, and then come back. Or wait till after, whatever.
Yeah, wait till after. I'll put a time card up in the corner, as well as put a link in the description above. But
highly recommended.
Wait and watch all of this, and then go watch that. Oh yeah, just so all of you gun nuts out there, chamber check.
Empty. Completely empty.
Completely empty.
Details on it.
Oh,
before we get into measurements and specs.
Mine's completely stock. Ready, what's about yours?
So yours is a Gen 3, right?
Yeah, mine's a Gen 3.
So those have the more standard grip pattern, which is, I don't know what to call it, just a standard pattern. Extended slide catch on there, which they don't always come with. Yeah, pretty basic standard. And then I have a 19X, which these technically are not any gen. They're their own gen. They're, I guess, the X gen. On there, I have a Streamlight TLR1 HL in the flat dark earth, and I have the Talon grips in the rubberized. From there, everything else is stock. They come stock with tritium night sights on the front and rears, ambi slide catch, the marksman barrels, so the higher quality barrel, and then they are coming with one standard 17 round mag, because this is... So basically, the 19X is a slide length of a 19, so they have the same slide length, but the grip size is that of a 17, so it's taller, which means you can use the full-size mag. So it is coming with a standard 17 round mag, and then comes with 2 of the +2 base plates, so basically 19 round magazines. Now we can move on to the measurements as far as between the real one and the airsoft. I mean, they are very, very similar. They are meant to be able to fit in most real holsters. In fact, I can show you real quick with mine. Now, granted, because I have a light on mine, I have to use the light to fit my holster. So give me one moment. So I've got the light mounted on the Airsoft 19X, and it fits in my LAS concealment holster. No problem, locks securely. No real wiggle outside of what you normally have. Fits very well compared to... Put this back and show you with the real one. Again, minimal movement, but locks basically the same. And you have here, which holster?
I have just a MC Kydex regular molded holster.
It's the Elite Series.
I think it's the Elite Series. With Kydex, there is going to be a little bit more play when it comes down to exact fit. Now, compared to other brands of airsoft platforms like Wii or Tokyo Marui, HFC, KJW, yada 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 yada, they're all going to be different measurements as far as width, thickness, length of slide, frame, etc. So what I've noticed with the MC Kydex, or really any type of Kydex holster, I'm assuming they're not going to fit nearly as well. They're either going to be too tight or too loose. Alright, so I'm going to start measuring my 19 before we dive too deep into these numbers, let's look at what the weight difference is going to be.
Jeez, you can just hear the weight difference.
Let's pull this off too.
Yeah. Alright, so real Glock with the magazine in.
Empty magazine?
No, it's loaded.
Loaded magazine? Okay.
1 pound, 13 ounces. Compared to Airsoft with the magazine in. 1 pound, 6 ounces.
And obviously with ammo load in the real thing, it's going to vary from round type to round.
So, out. 1 pound, 5 ounces. 13 ounces.
Alright, real one with loaded mag in it. 2 pounds, 0.3 ounces. Airsoft one with mag loaded. 1 pound, 5.8. Unloaded real one. 1.65. Unloaded airsoft. 12.7. One thing I would like to go over is trigger pull weight and reset in comparison. So I will start with my 19X. Now we obviously don't have a scale to measure the pull weight, so we're just going to have to go off of what we think, how it feels. I think these are about a 5 pound. Now we could actually look that up, but meh. So the weight is very similar between the two. The feel of the break is completely different. On the Airsoft one, it's
It's a harder wall.
it's that, but also you push through the wall further before it breaks compared to the real one, where the actual break point is very short once you hit that wall. Which, I mean, you're going to get on a real gun versus a trigger on an airsoft gun. And then reset distance is actually quite short on these. I'm going to call that 4 or 5 millimeters. And is pretty much the same point on the airsoft one. Now, it's a lot lighter reset on this, but again, that's the difference between your real one and your airsoft one is going to be significantly different.
I wouldn't be able to guess as far as weight, so I'm going to let you handle that.
Sure, why not? This has a lot longer take-up, I notice, than mine. Well, mine was about 6 mil take-up. To the wall is about a centimeter. And it's about the same weight. Reset, maybe a mil shorter. It feels the same. And about the same distance too. Pull weight. And I noticed with the Airsoft 19X and Real Steel 19X, the take-up distance on the real one was about 6 mils, and the Airsoft one was about 8 or 9 mils. So a little bit longer take-up. On these two, they're very, very similar. Weight, maybe a pound less. But it's, again, that totally different feel. Distance on reset might be a mil longer than the Airsoft one, but they're close. Not bad. So for dry firing, that's where that's going to be important. They're going to feel close as far as weight, but the feel of like the break in the wall is definitely going to be a little bit different. Not enough that's going to make training with them difficult in any way. It's just going to feel different.
Yeah, and with Airsoft, it's not a complete replacement of a real firearm. As simply something that will give you more time to work at home compared to going to the range, and you're saving more money on being able to cycle the weapon and do more manipulation with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a safe at-home trainer that you don't have to pay in the same way you have to use with the real one. I mean, you can get snap caps for your real ones, but you have to rack around every time to reset it. With the airsoft one, you can put an empty mag with gas in it, and you can cycle the weapon, and it will shoot every time. You can either hold the slide lock down, or they make little inserts you can put in the mag well, or the where the BBs sit, and it will hold the follower down so that it will continue cycling. So it is really nice for that. I mean, technically you can definitely shoot these indoors too. You set up a nice trap target, and you can shoot these indoors. You're not going to shoot your real steel in your house. That's just a terrible idea.
Yeah. For training previously, the kind of method they used were those little lasers that you would put inside of your barrel, and that would be what you would use for dry fire in order to get like an actual projection of where the barrel is pointed onto a target. Those can be pretty pricey. You also cannot use your magazine with them, and it doesn't completely cycle the trigger, it just bounces it. So these are a little bit better as far as being able to fire indoors and have a cycling replica.
Plus your ammo's way cheaper.
Yeah.
Way cheaper.
I mean, overall, yours, I think, is the closest.
Yeah, there's definitely less differentiation, but still, I mean, across the board, we're talking about tenths or hundredths of a millimeter difference between the real thing and your airsoft one, which that's hardly anything. When it comes to fitting holsters, when it comes to feeling similar for training purposes, you can't beat it.
I mean, what was awesome was kind of looking at the barrels of the 19X. They are exactly the same thickness.
Yeah.
Which that was incredibly surprising.
And even on the 19, I mean, you're talking about 3/100ths of an inch, 3/1000ths of an inch, which, I mean, that's nothing. It doesn't matter when it comes to that. It's going to work for a training replica absolutely without any issue. Really, the biggest things here that are going to be the determining factors are going to be your slide dimensions, your trigger guard dimensions, because those are generally what will lock into your holster if you're doing holster training, and then mag with fitting into mag holsters or mag pouches or whatever you're using.
Yeah, but with how close they are, I think tenths or hundredths or thousandths of an inch, that can be pretty forgiving. I mean, the 19X, there's thousandths of an inch difference versus the 19, it's tenths of an inch.
But like I have my 19X. I've got my trainer, the same as one of these guys. They work great. I mean, I can throw it in my holster and it works perfect. I live in an apartment. I can shoot this thing in my apartment safely. So I don't have to go to the range. I mean, it's always good, and you should always go and put live rounds through your real guns. More rounds the better, but sometimes that's not an option. And sometimes you want to just, spend 15 minutes, 10 minutes practicing. Doesn't warrant, driving out to a range and paying for it when you can just take your airsoft replica and do that training real quick.
Mm-hmm. Overall, our suggestion is pick up an airsoft replica, especially the licensed replicas, the Elite Force, Glock, whatever you have. Generally, with the generation, you should pick the same generation that you have, but otherwise, since we on the airsoft market, there's no Gen 2s or Gen 1s available, which are very much outdated, we're not going to have those as replicas. Otherwise, in the future, we are going to have 34s, 17 Gen 5s, and the 45s as well. So those are going to be coming if you guys are looking for those as replicas as well. And 2 of those, or maybe even 3 of the airsoft replicas, are going to be steel slide. So that's going to make a difference as far as weight as well.
And they feel really nice. I've seen them before at SHOT Show. Talon's going to see them this year at SHOT Show. Their feel is definitely closer to your cast, whatever these are, whether it be aluminum or other, zinc-based, whatever. The steel definitely feel a lot closer to the real one. If you want that much closer one-to-one feel, they're going to cost more, but I'd recommend picking up those Elite models that have the steel slides.
Yeah, okay. That's
That's
my
about it.
opinion. Go check them out. Oh, maybe I should mention that we have these on our website, www.theairsoftheadquarters.com.
You can pick them up there, shipped or pick up.
Especially if you're in the Milwaukee, Waukesha, Madison, Chicago.
Southern Wisconsin, Northern Illinois. I mean, come check it out. We've got a lot of other stuff here. You know, you can use other airsoft guns for training purposes as well. So come check us out. Otherwise, go online.
Yeah. If you're in Wisconsin or in one of the surrounding states, it's pretty much a 2 or 3 day shipping if we do priority mail. That's the final statement.